spot here after a 2-1 defeat to Whitehawk for the Wings, which leaves us one from bottom, 3 points adrift of safety. Mark, I was going to say if we'd have come in with a draw, you might have been happy with the draw, happy with the performance, but we found a way to lose a game again, and you can't be happy with that at all.
No, obviously not. Thought we responded well today, and thought that first half performance was a very good one. I think it was the fact that our heads didn't go down when the referee gave a penalty, especially a decision that looked to us as if it was a dive rather than a real penalty. And our heads didn't go down. We worked hard. Maybe there were times where I could be a bit critical that we didn't win the second balls, but on the ball we were very good. Created lots of opportunities, and we should have been more clinical. I think Danny Waldron knows, the header that on another day, with more composure, he just passes it in with his head. But he went, everybody's so anxious to get the result that we're not as composed as we should be. And unfortunately, in the second half, they did have a spell, but I still felt that we did enough to not just get a draw. To be honest, I thought we did enough to have won the game, but we seemed to not be able to stop ourselves from conceding goals that can be. We all know that the first goal we could have cleared our lines before the penalty, and the second goal we allowed the player to come inside, and that was too easy. And although we blocked him the first time, I think it's, Craig would admit that it was another defensive error, and again, instead of getting all 3 points or even a draw, we end up losing.
Are you disappointed, I think, for the third time this year that we've stopped a penalty going in and there's no one challenging?
I've got to be honest with you, the player who took the penalty is always going to be closest to, and it came out directly to him, so I think that's a bit harsh. Although I obviously asked the same questions just to make sure, but I think I just believe that we haven't had the run of the play, and we've had enough chances, and we're playing. I think I'm not sure how the fans perceive it, but I certainly believe that we've got the makings of a side that can win games. We've just got to be more ruthless.
Are we showing signs of being naive or a little bit mentally weak to be able to keep finding losing positions from positions that we look like we could win games or at least draw? We just seem to be able to find a way to lose, Mark, and is that becoming a bad habit?
Well, it is becoming a bad habit, but unfortunately for Craig, it was, he'll put his hands up. The first one he could have cleared his line, the second one he let the player come inside. Other than that, I thought he's still going to be a massive asset to us. So although I was upset with him and he's upset with himself, I've told him, I still believe in him. I can't keep getting rid of every player that makes a mistake, keep getting rid of them. I mean, we've done enough of that. I think now we showed that we've got a team that's capable of competing. There's no doubt we competed today against a very good side who will, more than likely, this side, Whitehawk, will finish off in the playoffs. And I can make it, look, we lost and everyone's upset as I am upset, but the bottom line is that we proved that we can compete against Maidenhead, and we're top of the league. We can compete against this Whitehawk, but we just got to learn how to be more ruthless and see games out. And at the moment, if you're creating 8-9 chances and the other opposition creating 2, you keep doing that over the course of the season, you'll win more games than you'll lose. At this moment, it doesn't look like that. 8 points from 14 games is, you can't get worse than that. We're rock bottom of where there's only one way we can go now, and believe it or not, the spirit in the dressing room is still good, and we all believe in ourselves, and we believe that we can get ourselves out of it. And I think these interviews, I'll just keep repeating myself, and I don't think they'll mean anything to anybody until we get the results on the pitch. But I'm not going to stop believing in my team, and we're not going to lose our heads. And yes, I will be looking, and I am still looking at bringing in a new assistant manager. or even somebody who's capable of replacing me, because I've got no problems not being the manager. I own the club, I want the best for the club, but I'm certainly not going to lose faith in the fact that we can get ourselves up that league by the end of the season, build great foundations for the future, and this club will go places one day. And I haven't lost any faith in that whatsoever, even though we're rock bottom at the moment.
Mark, I will say that you did ask your players for a reaction from the performance against Whitehawk last week, and would you say that you got that reaction today?
Yeah, look, everybody would rather win games than lose games, but no one can say that we're not playing better football than the opposition. I mean, and if they do, then they're watching a different game than I'm watching. You know, we're playing good football, but we're not learning how to win games. And I know I've got to get that right, but it starts with playing good football, and it starts with creating more chances than the opposition and conceding less chances than the opposition. And then we are doing that.
We'll go on to next Saturday's game. Maybe it takes a little bit of pressure off the players being an away game. Anything different going to be at training? We're going to have 2 good hard training sessions and go there looking for a win, I guess.
Well, look, we mustn't forget as well, we've got Pierre-Joseph Dubois who's injured, we've got Harry Crawford who's injured, we've got Dan Walker who's injured. 3 very, very critical players to our squad, and they're all still to come back. You know, if we had got a draw today, which we probably deserved, and we had those players coming back, we'd be very, very confident about the future. So I'm not going to lose my confidence. We've got good players coming back in. Probably only 1 week at a time we'll get 1 player back, because the reality is Pierre hopefully will be back next week, Dan Walker the week after, and Harry Crawford the week after that. But they're good, strong players who will add to our squad, and I thought Christian Nanetti today was a massive plus. He's another player we brought in. He created a goal, should have probably notched 2 earlier on if he hadn't taken too many touches. But we're getting there, we're moving forward, we're building for the future, and as long as we don't get relegated, it'll be a good season.
Mark, thanks for talking to us. Keep your chin up, and we'll go again Saturday, and hopefully we'll have a good interview after that and 3 points.
Thank you.
Cheers.